All right, guys, I'll talk a little bit louder so you can hear me. You can see what's going on today. Pretty much rain coming today. All right, so even if I wanted to do something outside, it's not looking too promising. This is a pretty long storm. It started last night and it's been going all day. So anyway, recently got something here, small purchase here, nothing that's used, nothing real big here, but I think this is going to come in handy. So I want to talk a little bit about what my plans are for this plastic tank here. All right, so I got these two tanks out there. A lot of you guys know that already. They're 1,550 gallons. That's where liquid nitrogen goes usually every year. This tank is one of the vertical versions. It's 300 gallon. It holds 300 gallons. You guys know I have this little tote. Those totes come in handy. I use it to fill with water while I'm spraying. It's kind of like a batch. I don't want to call it a batch tank because I'm not putting anything in it other than water. It's just to keep the sprayer rolling. Here on the farm, I pull water out of my well and it's a slow process. But if I have the sprayer full and I can go out and spray, there's no sense having the well off while I'm spraying. So I'll put the hose in there. That tank, like I say, it's like 275 gallon. Sprayer is going to hold 500 gallons. So even if you fill that, it's still not going to top off the sprayer. With the age and condition of my sprayer, I don't take it up to 500 gallons anymore. It's having problems with like the axles and stuff, and the bearings are getting wore. So I'll stop at 400 gallons. So I'll put 4 in the sprayer. But anyway, this is 300 gallon. My plan for this tank is to use it kind of like I said, like a batch tank to store water. It's going to go up to the house, and it's going to have a garden hose in it, probably all spring and summer, and maybe a little bit in the fall to fill with water. If I really want to make a push to get done, I can bring the tote and the tank up there and can get 575 gallons of water stored, and I can keep spraying. But anyway, the trouble is I gotta clean it out really well. You can see it has like moss and dirt, and I'm hoping this is not the 16-inch, like those tanks out there. It's a standard 16-inch lid. This one's a 10-inch, I think. The guy I bought it from didn't have the lid. I have a lid on order. Hopefully it's gonna be the right one. And I'm looking, these are rivets. The lid comes with a ring. Trying to think how I could, if this ring doesn't work with the lid I ordered, I might have to try to drill these rivets out, and I think the new one you screw in. The other ones out there have screws in them, like stainless screws. This is riveted in, so I'll have to see if this doesn't work. I might have to drill these out so I can use the lid. I don't really want to try to match it. I don't know what brand of tank it is to try to find the right lid. Okay, the valve. This had one of these reducer bushings in it, and this is too small, so all I did was thread this reducer bushing out. Now that port there is going to be the 2-inch, just like my other tanks. The goal is to be able to use my water pump just like I would my fertilizer tanks. So I went online, getting this light here. I ordered another one of these ball valves here, already with the coupler on it. That's what I need, the male coupler. The 2-inch. This is a stubbier version of the ball valve, being that this is a smaller tank. I didn't want it sticking out very far. And it's a little bit lighter duty plastic. This isn't the heavy duty plastic like the blue one, the green one. That's the heavy duty version. So this should work. I'll be able to thread this in. I don't want to put it in yet. The goal is to take that thing out completely, because there's like a standpipe in there to keep dirt from getting pulled out. I want to pull that out and power wash the inside and get the inside clean. Should work out. Then we'll reassemble this, and I didn't even try it, but it'll work. Yep, that'll thread right into there. I'll put a cap on it so the bees don't build nests in it, and should be good to go. That and a lid. This up here is broke off. I'm not exactly sure what this was for. I'm thinking I'm just gonna make a plug. I'm gonna get a piece of rubber and put it in here, thread it in just to, like a cap, to keep it capped off, so it doesn't leak. If you fill it up past here, it's just gonna run out there. But Anyway, so we got that. So that's a small project, couple of things to do with it. Like I said, get all that dirt and grime out of there. It does have these little things here formed into the plastic. If you do put it on a trailer or in a pickup, you can get your ratchet straps to tie it down. But I don't know, plastic tanks come in handy. I have no problems when I see them used to buy them because you use them a lot. So all right, so that's that. Here are should be all of the new drop hoses that I made for the sprayer for the top dressing of the nitrogen. They're much longer than the old ones. The old ones are getting wore out. These are clear. Now this is supposed to be a chemical rated hose here. They're just 3/8 clear hose. I think the only reason I got the clear was it was cheaper than the black. So I did do that. I have all those replaced and all those should be ready to go. So we'll be ready to top dress. They'll be uniform. They'll all be the same length, and we'll be good to go there. My suction hose is all ready to go. I did that project already. So basically that's the theme of what's to come in the following weeks. Spraying. You see the weeds? And I didn't do any burn down yet or anything. I can report there is corn in the ground in my area. It's not mine, of course, but one of the neighbors, they do have corn planted. Now, next week, there are days with a high of only 55 degrees, so it's still not getting the right soil conditions. This is a slow start to spring, just like last spring. I don't feel a sense of urgency like I did last year. It's just going to have to be late like last year, I guess. You see the water's pooling there already. But the field is dry out there, so I'm hoping we'll be able to plant it this year. Maybe, maybe not. So, all right, guys. So I did get that done. The sprayer still has the antifreeze in it. It was just last week we had a frost, so there's no point in taking it out. So I'm ready to take it out now. I feel confident, and we'll try to get some of these weeds under control. So, all right, I'll come back with you. And one other thing, I don't know if you can see it. This here in my pickup here, this is the cab foam for the roof of the 986. It came all rolled up, and I tried to lay it out flat. I did cut it to length already, but with it being all rolled up, it wants to roll back up. So I am a little worried about installing it with it being rolled like that. I have to find a spot to lay it flat and maybe put like a piece of plywood on top of it. I might do that up in my cellar. I didn't want to do it down here because there's farm cats, and you know what that would entail. So I gotta finish that project yet. All right, so final thoughts on this video to end it out. It is pouring down rain. Like I say, even if you wanted to do something, it's not going to be too successful. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to update. I know I said I was getting a new tire for the 986, or new tires. That's going to be on hold. I'm doing a couple things this year that we're going to put on hold. It should get done. It's not for lack of tread. There's enough tread on there. The sidewalls are so dry rotted on that tire especially. It's just cracked all the way around on both sides. But hey, we'll see what happens. We'll take a gamble there for maybe next year. So I also need that hay elevator. I didn't get there yet. I needed some hay wagons. The hay wagon deal fell through. I was supposed to be getting about 3 or 4. That's done, over and done with. So what I have is what I have. And I still am planning, like I said, to cut a bunch of hay acres out this year. That's still the plan. That's not going to change. So with the 4 wagons I do have, we're just going to have to make it work. Hay elevator is still definitely on the list, but I might not have it right away for hay season. So you say I'm working now. I should have money to keep going here. 2018 was a real lesson for me, and I'm glad I'm not going to totally say it was terrible, and I mean 2018 was awful for not only myself but my family. My wife had lost her job as well, so it was a lot more than just a bad year because of rain. There were a lot of stuff, a lot of things going on that just made it, I mean, it's just more and more excuse me, more and more bad luck. So 2017 was a fantastic year. I did so well in 2017. The yields were good, the price was good. I had money to buy the loader tractor, I bought the fertilizer spreader, I bought the hay rake. What else did I get? The tedder. We were just rolling right along in 2017, and then 2018 came along, and then that was the end of that. So 2019 for me, It's definitely going to be a year of kind of caution, and things don't seem like they improved too much with the grain prices. So we're just going to slow the pace down a little bit here. We're going to just see what happens. We're not going to make such quick decisions. Small things, the little things. Like I say, this tank and new hoses, little stuff, just to make things life a little easier. So, all right, next week, the plan, we're going to try to get some spraying done. We're going to be doing some tillage. I do have to get that harrow out to fix the ruts that those guys made. This field where I had the manure pile needs to get some work done because it's packed down from running the loader in the field. I want to go through that wet spot out there, and I'm kind of half thinking I might just rip up both of these lowland fields here. See what happens. Mainly to save on herbicide product. The most expensive spraying that I do is definitely the 3 pre-emerges for the soybeans. I mean, that's the most expensive by far. So if I can cut at least 2 fields out of the rotation by using tillage and then coming back in crop, we might do that. Like I say, I'm a no-till guy just because of the hills I farm, and I don't like seeing the topsoil going away. I'm not doing it because of any other reason other than that. It's just erosion. You can't till on real steep hills, at least not here. So these fields are not steep, they're as flat as can be. I did have slugs in this one, and I have not sprayed for slugs, nor do I even know what to spray for slugs. It never was an issue before when I farmed over at Dad's because I was a tillage guy and we didn't really have slugs. Now with the no-till, I don't know, but I think I'm pretty well gonna say I'm gonna tear these 2 fields up. We'll see. Well, I don't know yet for sure, but we'll see. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching this video, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.